What is happening, everybody? Fabulous B with Florida Metal Radio. Almost forgot who the fuck I am. Today we've got Blitzkrieg season. What's happening, guys? How y'all doing?
Yo.
Fantastic.
Good.
And we've got Chris Marsh.
Peekaboo.
Hi, Chris Marsh.
Hi, Chris Marsh.
Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts.
Just the facts, ma'am. Yeah, if you guys see me disappear, I'm saying the facts.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so you guys. I see that you guys are from Melbourne, Florida. You want to tell us a little bit about yourselves, or?
Well, I don't know who wants to start. So I just got to Melbourne like 2 years ago. I lived in Colorado for about like 12 years, which was pretty awesome. But then just, I don't know, stuff kind of happened, and I decided to move across the country because, why not? And I made a little EP, and then I met some dudes on Craigslist, and the rest is history. Here we are.
That is nice.
Craigslist does work. Wow.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Half of the time, it's the nasty side of Craigslist, which you just don't want to go into.
Like
Like the
selling
dating
pictures of
site
sexy
section,
stuff.
Is that where we
That's
found
it.
the rest of the
That's
guys?
what you're looking at. Yep.
That's where me and Brad found each other.
Yeah, 25 years ago.
Yes, it was a dating site.
Yeah, I had longer hair then and no facial hair, so I kind of threw him under the bus.
Yes.
Catfishing.
All right, so we've got Josh on vocals. We've got Patrick on guitar, Kurt on bass, and John on drums, correct?
And Josh on guitar.
And Josh on guitar.
Oh
and
yeah, I
Josh on
do
guitar.
guitar too.
You do
I
guitar?
dabble.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's two guitarists in this game. Yeah.
Yes.
I do dabble a little bit.
Yeah. So you guys, I guess, technically formed in 2018 as a solo project, and I understand, Josh, you were working with Stuart Richardson at Rocky Water Studios in Melbourne.
Yeah, so I had this really horrible laptop that I just sort of recorded the first EP on. I met Stuart through Kurt, who I found on Craigslist, and so I just sort of ended up meeting Stuart at like a local Starbucks. I showed him some of my horrible music, and he was willing to mix it for me. So I made the EP, at which point I just started messaging other people on Craigslist, and then to actually, like play the music rather than just kind of have it on the internet. And I found, I think, Patrick first, and we wrote some of the stuff that's on the album, Not Enough to Give. And then John sort of came in, like, it was probably like a few months before our actual first gig, which was pretty sweet because he was able to pick up all these just ridiculous drum parts that don't make sense.
They made some of them better.
Yeah, honestly. It made him, like, human, which is fantastic. But,
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
Stuart's a good dude.
Okay.
He's a good man.
And that was at Rocky Water Studios, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you formed in 2018. You pretty much put all the cogs together in 2019, only to go on your first show in February of 2020, and then just COVID.
Yep.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
exactly.
COVID.
Well, shit, that sucks, man. Because everything that I've heard from what you guys have is pretty badass. Did like the most recent single that you have out, the heavy bass and the drum, like heartbeat of the song is just. I mean, a lot of people, dig shit like that. I mean, and not to mention, all the technicality and the fresh vocals from you, Josh. I think, a lot of people would really dig, what you guys are laying down. And I can't wait for this whole shit to be over with so you guys can play live and more people can hear you.
That's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner rather than later, but we'll just kind of play it by ear.
Right on.
Until then, I guess we'll just have to do Twitch streams and release songs.
Hey.
It's working for Trivium.
Right?
I
There you
know.
go.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's doing great with that.
Making too much money doing that stuff.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
But it pays the bills.
That's the damn truth.
Exactly. So, a little bit about Josh. You said you came from Colorado, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you grow up in Colorado, and what's your background in like singing and stuff?
So I kind of grew up in Colorado. I lived there since I was like 10, and I mostly played guitar since I was like 9. So for the most part, I never actually did any vocals until like 2018, which just one day I kind of got bored of guitar, I guess, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to sing and record it and release it for people, which is just like a terrible idea, but it just kind of happened, and I don't know, I just that just sort of happened. I got a microphone. I put it in a closet, which you can see behind me, sort of. This is
Okay.
this is the microphone.
This is the closet.
This is the closet. This is where the magic happens. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I listen to a lot of Devin Townsend, which is where I think Kurt and Patrick and I kind of really related as far
100%.
as musical taste, because he's such a ridiculous vocalist that it's just kind of like I wanted to do that. I wanted to do some crazy stuff with my vocals, I guess is a way to put it. But yeah, I just sort of tried doing it and then just kept doing it for some reason, and that's probably the plan, is to just kind of keep doing it because I kind of like it. It's kind of fun.
Well,
But
like I said, man, the 3 albums that you got. I mean, just it blew me away. I mean, like I said, I sat and I listened to them for like a couple hours after my first job today. So I mean, you guys got a definite killer collection of songs.
thank you.
Thank you.
So, Patrick, now did you grow up in this area, or are you a transplant as well?
I'm a transplant, not as much. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and I moved to Orlando to go to UCF. Graduated from UCF, and now I'm in Cocoa, actually, and I work at the Space Center. So I try to move as close as possible to work. So my free time, which I have a lot of now, obviously,
Right.
get to spend time doing music stuff. So,
Right
but
on.
yeah, I've been in Cocoa for I think a little more than 3 years now. So
Right on.
getting pretty familiar with the Brevard area.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Brad's like Port St. John. I'm Titusville.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm Port St. John. So
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, living right off of US 1 in Port St. John, so
Yeah,
not too far away.
I was just playing Uno last night there, so
Yeah, we do like a game night every once in a while, just a bunch of old people who don't like electronics.
Spin the bottle.
Right, exactly.
Scrabble.
I'm gonna be bringing the Jumanji game next week to see if I can change up 2020.
Oh, hell yeah.
Love that game.
All right, Kurt, what about you, man? Are you from the area, or?
Yes. I'm actually probably the only non-transplant person. I've lived here all of my life. Went to school in Merritt Island. I went to BCC. Then I ended up finishing online at USF, and now I work out here in Melbourne. I've just been here.
Right on. All right, and I'm taking it, John, you're from Kentucky.
I am from Kentucky.
I couldn't tell.
I actually lived in Melbourne for about a year in like 2015, and then I lived in Dallas for a year after that, and then I've been in Orlando for the past 3 or so years. So I live in Orlando now, and when we jam, I drive an hour and a half to Melbourne and then an hour and a half back.
That's how badly we need a drummer.
Yeah.
Bad.
Well,
We were fortunate to have a good drummer.
yeah, definitely.
Thank you,
I
You
can
could be in
definitely-
Ohio.
That's true.
Yeah, there's this awesome band called Breathe Theory. Their drummer actually comes in from Ohio once in a while.
Yeah.
They're real drummer. They have backup in case, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Corey's band.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're definitely Breathe Theory fans here.
Yeah, we're longtime friends with those guys. We've had.
I've just hang out. That's it. I don't know anything about that band at all. I swear.
Oh no, me neither.
Agreed.
So, do you guys want to describe your sound a little bit to to some of the people that may be listening or watching the show right now?
I guess we like to shred. Shredding is fun.
Yeah.
So we try to implement that as much as humanly possible. Just guitar solos.
I was watching the
not
shredding
necessary.
earlier on the videos. There's somebody's got a little V-neck guitar that's been shredding a lot in there.
I try.
Yeah, that's definitely him. Yeah.
I try a little bit, but we try to do that.
It looked like it was in the closet too, by the way.
It probably was.
Definitely,
I
yeah.
never leave the closet unless
The best
I'm allowed
acoustics
to,
in there.
unless the band gives me permission.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call ourselves. I think a lot of people have compared us to like Protest the Hero. If you guys have listened to them, it's just shredding and like yelling, and that's basically I think where we fall.
I guess I'll have
Yeah.
to listen to them then.
Yeah.
Like any other, like me and Brad, we've been through some bands in the past, and basically, when you first start, you're going to develop your sound, and it's going to take you probably the next 3 to 5 years to actually make yourself actually sound like a certain style, and then you're going to change it again. I guarantee it.
Right.
So whatever you guys feel, just do it. Have fun with it. That's the best
Yeah.
part. Just experiment, man. The crowd
Pretty
loves
much what
it
we do.
more. You know.
True.
Yeah.
I think we're starting to add more keys and stuff, which is
Yeah.
the one thing that we have to kind of evolve with. But that's mostly Kurt's area of expertise.
Well, yeah, and like I was saying earlier, I mean, just the heavy bass and heavy drums that are involved in some of the songs, dude. I mean, it definitely it grips you and pulls you in, and then the guitar solos and everything just kind of shred your face off, but. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't really put my finger on anybody that you even like sound like. It's almost like you guys got a little bit more of a unique sound than a lot of stuff that's actually on the scene right now, which is kind of refreshing because you can only hear so many people scream the same song over and over again. Right, Chris?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So.
there are there are some people out there that I guess it's like every song's the same. As soon as the one song ends, it's like they go into this awesome breakdown and then it just goes into the same song again. You're like, what just happened? Are you even listening to your own work?
And I did pick up which song? It was one of you guys' song. It sounded almost like an Irish jig at the very beginning.
Yes.
That's one of our favorites.
I was impressed by that. I was like, what? You guys have a little bit of culture here, so hell yeah.
We take inspiration from anything,
Right on. So, speaking of inspiration, where are you guys coming up with some of the inspirations for the songs that you're writing?
I think a lot of it is just sort of recorded, because a lot of it happens on like a laptop before we actually take it to the studio. So in my personal case, I just like to vomit out ideas just to get them out of my head and just like on to some kind of device just to get it out. And
Okay.
then sometimes it's honestly a lot less tweaking than I'd like to admit, because sometimes it's literally just like the first take and that's it. And that's the final result, which is just, I don't know if I'm lazy or what, but I just like to get it out. And then once it's there, I just try to finish it as soon as possible. Because I always had an issue with trying to write stuff and then I would never finish it.
Right.
So now the goal is to just like finish as much stuff as humanly possible.
So, I mean, as in writing, are we talking about like lyric-wise, or are we talking melodies and stuff?
Mostly it starts with like guitar melodies is where I like the very first thing that I put on a track is just like guitars, and then I think it's usually like drums come after, and then some bass, and then vocals are like the last. I'll write lyrics as I'm listening to the song, and then just kind of like tweak it.
That's
along the
actually
way.
pretty cool when people can do that. It's very rare. A
Yeah.
lot of people just sit down and have to wait and listen and listen and listen and listen. We've known singers who've taken months to just write lyrics for one song.
Yeah.
And if you can actually write it out within like the same week, if not the same day, that's amazing.
The
I
win.
mean, yeah, it's a very rare talent.
So
Yeah, I try to do it the same day usually because it's just I think I'm impatient. I don't know.
Yeah, there's drummers I've actually introduced to bands that didn't even play drums in their own house. They actually, because Brad knows, remember John, he joined a band called Noir back in the day over in Orlando, and he would just sit there because he couldn't play drums in his house because his neighbors were calling the cops on him all the time. So he was just sitting there doing the thing with his hands.
You must be talking about our John.
I actually took him out there to the studio, and he set up his drums and played like 4 songs. It was immediately part of the band right then and there. Because he actually had the actual beats down in his head. Everything was clicking. It's very rare to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just described John, our drummer.
Yeah. There's another John, yeah. But yeah, actually, I think our John was from Kentucky too, or Alabama.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Are there any more?
But he was only maybe like 5 foot tall, barely.
Well, that's where, you know, if you didn't know, Chris, that's where all Johns are from.
Yes.
It's Kentucky.
That's true.
Kentucky.
That's
I
true.
thought it was from Sweet Home Alabama, but I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Take me home, country road, right?
Yes.
So, now, Josh, you were saying that, like, in one of your bios, you were saying that basically you started this all off by yourself as a solo project. And you said that, you know, you put everybody together. How long, you know, was it a solo project that you were, you know, playing around with everything? And did you have, you know, multiple songs written before everybody jumped on board?
I think so. Basically, the very first like 4-song EP that we put out was just me, and that was the only. Everything else after that has been with Kurt and Patrick and John, sort of involved in the process.
Okay.
So it was literally just the one thing in 2018, which I kind of wrote on a whim, just after drinking a lot in Colorado, and then I took it to Florida and then got it mixed, and that's just how that. I think that's where the Irish jig came from. Was just, you know, it was very beer inspired, so that kind of, you know, just meshed
Alcohol
perfectly.
That
Are you guys even like even 21 to 25 area? Because I'm like looking at you guys, I'm like, Jesus Christ, you barely, some of y'all don't look 21 maybe.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate it. I'm 30.
Really? Like, so you're the oldest one in the group?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm a little bit younger. I'm 29.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 27, and Josh is the baby.
24.
Aw.
Gotcha.
Always a baby in the group.
We all saw his youth and decided that we needed to feast upon it.
I'm supposed to say that part out loud.
Oh. Dude.
Inspiration comes from.
So, is there any plans for, you know, that new song that you guys sent me, which we'll wind up playing later? Did you guys? I mean, do you have anything else that you're in the process of writing?
Yes. Sorry, I don't know if anyone else is going to talk. I just
No, go ahead. Go.
Yeah, so we've got another song that we are getting mixed right now. Right now, kind of what we've been doing since the album, kind of starting with the last song, is getting one song shored up and ready for recording, getting another one on deck, and so by the time that one's done, get another one done.
Okay.
At least just for this period for now. But each one of these songs, like, whereas like the album might have been a little bit more cohesive, it's more of just like, this song sounds cool. How can we make this song sound the best that this song can sound? And so the next one, I think, is going to be a little bit different in comparison. I would say it's more overtly proggy than what we just did,
Okay.
but it's all fun.
Right on.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be getting mixed like today. is what
Okay.
I heard. As long as things are still, you know, going according to plan.
And you're
which they
still
never do.
getting that done with Stuart there, or
Yeah,
Yes.
okay,
yeah, we really like Stuart.
that's cool. So, whenever you guys, this first or this song that you guys sent me. Let's see, which one was it? I think Future Bloom.
That's a good song.
That
Especially the intro. Love it.
Yeah, that's an awesome song. Is there a story behind that song? And I mean, is it something that Is there any hidden meanings? Because I know a lot of metal bands do have songs with hidden meanings in them.
For the most
Well-
part, I think it just sounds cool, and that's where a lot of it came from. Was just like, let's make something that sounds cool, and that's what it is. I think a lot of the lyrics were kind of written like a lot of the other songs, where it was just like on a whim, just kind of like improv on my phone, just kind of typing stuff as it came through. I think also just the title Future Bloom, or like in the song it says we will not see the future bloom. So it's just like, I don't know, things are kind of fucked. I don't know if I
Yeah.
can say that.
No, go
That's
for it,
kinda
man.
weird. I don't know, people are crazy. Things are not looking good, even though I think people should be, trying to have a positive outlook. There is some sense of things kind of suck.
Yeah,
which
we
is part of it, I guess.
Yeah, we have a listener or a viewer that's watching with us right now, and he asked if you guys have stuff on Spotify.
We sure do.
All of it. All of our stuff is
Whole
on
thing.
Spotify and YouTube. We have a few music videos too on YouTube, so
Okay.
covered.
You
See-
just gotta go search for that Blitzkrieg season.
Yeah, definitely search for Blitzkrieg season for Spotify and YouTube.
We'll even put up a link later.
Yes, and
Awesome.
we're gonna put you guys on our website as well, so there will be a link on there. And if people want to listen to a little clip or sample of you guys' song, then they can listen like a little 30-second sample before they have to go over and find you guys' page.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, so we definitely like to make sure that, the artists, the bands, get the proper recognition, especially in trying times like this. We want you guys to, get, a good fan base, especially with the talent you guys have. You guys have, a lot of road ahead of you, but you've got a lot of good stuff going for you. So I definitely, I want to hear more. So whenever you guys do hear more, I'm definitely going to be right on top of it. Now, this Future Bloom, is this going to be part of an album, or is this just a single?
This one was just kind of a single. I think what we're gonna try to do, because we've sort of heard that it's like the thing to do, I guess, as far as like releasing music and marketing and stuff, is to do like singles, which is apparently what you're supposed to do. I don't know, but
Right.
like Kurt said, we're kind of just having like one song that we focus on, and then we just get it mixed, and then while that's getting mixed, we have another song that we finish that's like ready to go, and then just kind of repeat that forever
Okay.
until we die. So
I-
that's kind of
I think the bonus of it. Yeah, I think the bonus of that too is it kind of like puts some special attention on said songs when we put them out, like just kind of like monitoring like our general like interest versus like our album releases, and say the single, and like the single I think is performing better earlier just because there's only one thing to focus on, because in today's world people don't have like incredible attention spans.
Right.
And I feel like we're at a point right now where
Squirrel.
we're kind of like we're kind of shotgunning all these ideas, and all of us are like, oh, this is a good idea, let's do this. This is a good idea, let's do this. And so I don't know. I don't speak for everyone else, but like as far as like an album goes, we don't necessarily need one right now.
Yeah. I think it's more rewarding to do a song and make a video with it, because you get to spend even more time with it instead of moving on to the next song. It's like
Right.
it has like a lasting impact when you make a video, and it's a whole process.
Well, you give it the proper attention that it needs. So I mean, it's basically it technically is your baby until it grows up. So
I was gonna say on the videos, you guys had to do your own, or you do have like a production crew for that, or what do you got going on for that?
You're looking at it.
Pretty much, yeah.
pretty much
Self-contained. I like that.
Yeah.
nice.
We have had some help from. I think we should give a nice shout out to Jesse McMinn. Is a
Definitely,
really
yes.
talented, very good dude.
Yeah,
He's
there was-
probably one of the best videographers in like this whole area that I've met. So
Well,
shout out.
the one that we knew, he moved, so it's sorry I can't introduce him anymore. So
Who's that?
well, that was the. Oh, I'll say it later. He's Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah, he followed around the guys from Murderfly for like a year and a half.
That's right. Okay, I remember him now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had a bunch of questions. I think we ran through them a little quick. Now, do you guys like your album artwork and stuff like that? Where are you guys getting that from?
Yeah, because Brad doesn't know anybody.
I don't know anybody.
A great website called Fiverr. Well, actually, that album art was not Fiverr, was it? It was something else.
Future Blue?
The Not Enough to Give.
That was some dude
That was just
I
some
found
dude.
on the internet. So it's basically
Some
the
dude
same.
playing a dude.
Basically,
Skies
that.
is another dude.
Well, yeah, just
He was the
internet.
dude at a bowling alley.
But Josh, you made the zinc artwork, right?
That's I don't know if that's final, but yeah, that was literally I took a photo of a piece of zinc, like the vitamin, on a table, and then I edited it in a phone app for about 5 minutes, and I think that's going to be the next single artwork potentially. So
Nice.
Artiste.
yeah, look
Cool.
forward to that.
Right on. I was just telling Kurt and Patrick before you guys signed on. I know that you guys played at the Ugali Art Festival. Well, this past year I missed the deadline to actually have my artwork on in that same art fest. So
We actually didn't get to play at that festival. We played at Standard Collective later.
okay.
Yeah, just if anyone's like, hey, I didn't see them there.
Standard Collective.
Right. But yeah, no, that festival was really cool though.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of years I've been meaning to get my stuff in there, but it's like every time I always miss the deadline, and I'm like, oh well, maybe next year. So, but with so we got another.
Look, Anthony's on.
Yeah, we've got Heavy Metal Networks on with us right now. The guy's name's Anthony Farr, dear close friend with us, and he also has a podcast of his own. So he's got a band that he's managing right now as well. So, you know, and I'm going to encourage Anthony to listen to you guys because I think that, you know, both you guys could possibly hook up and you know, have some great things happen.
He's from the Melbourne, Palm Bay area too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he's down in you guys' area. Like I said, Heavy Metal Networks. He's also Brevard County Metal Scene. So if you guys are in that group,
Oh yeah.
he's the admin for that. So great guy. And yeah, Anthony, I will definitely send you a link for, you know, for these guys. You guys, like I said, and I can't build you guys up anymore, man. I mean, I've been trying. You guys are awesome. But
Thanks, man.
so you guys, you know, you had your background, you know, growing up, learning how to play guitar, learning how to. What were your influences with music?
It's kind of a mix. Kurt, you can go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Take the floor. Kurt, please.
All right. So, I would say influence-wise, if it boiled down to like three people, it'd be like The Cure, Thrice, and I don't know, Depeche Mode. I don't.
9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, 9 Inch Nails. Just and anything that's like moody. That's what I've always been attracted to. I don't typically listen to a lot of metal, but I always like it.
Okay.
So that's kind of my role in this group. Is
I have a question then. How many Nickelback CDs do you have in your collection?
what are CDs?
Ooh, gotcha there.
But the answer's 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to ask because usually I do that with Siri over there at Brad's place, or Alexa. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Alexa.
No,
Yeah, poor girl.
but you should ask, what's the most embarrassing thing in my collection?
Are we talking about music?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I should clarify.
So
It's Nickelback.
It is Nickelback? Awesome.
No. Anyways, those are my influences.
All right. So, Josh, what about you, man?
So my dad was really into like 80s metal. So the whole reason I got into guitar, it's kind of a weird one, but Judas Priest was what he listened to like a lot when I was like a kid. And I thought the guitars were just like the sickest, the coolest thing in the world. Like I wanted to be able to do this crazy stuff, with my hands and make it sound cool.
Okay.
So I tried. So it was mostly like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest up until I was like maybe 15, 16. And then my sister got me into all of the just like really technical, just wanky, like prog metal sort of stuff that came out like in the, later 2000s.
Gotcha.
Like Periphery, Protest the Hero was pretty good.
Right.
I'm trying to think. Animals as Leaders kind of stuff. Just like shredding, just like technical, obnoxious stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's really mostly what's influenced a lot of our stuff, our tunes.
And Patrick, what about your background, man?
So I guess it started with metal, and then it became, metal, that's cool, but like instrumental stuff like Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, Paul Gilbert, that was the stuff that inspired me. And I was like, I gotta play guitar. I just gotta do it. So I attempted to be as good as them, but it doesn't necessarily work out that way. They are professionals. I was just a kid,
Right.
but I definitely still had fun doing it. And another big inspiration is that guy over there, Mr. Hendrix.
Nice.
This is also an inspiration, but I don't think I could ever play that in my dreams. Rings of Saturn.
All right.
And yeah, pretty much similar as Josh too. As I got a little older, I got into metal again. Periphery, Between the Buried and Me, Animals as Leaders, just kind of genty stuff in general. So
Animals as Leader. There's a lot of people that don't give Animals as Leaders the proper credit that they deserve, but I really like their vibe too. And now that you guys have said that, I can hear a little bit of that in you guys's in the way that you guys play. There is a lot of heavy bass riffs and stuff like that, and drums and stuff. So yeah, definitely. And what about you, John?
So I started getting into music when I was probably like 4th or 5th grade because my friend had an older brother that was listening to Blink-182, and he's like, dude, you gotta check this out. They say like the F word, it's awesome. And I was like, this is awesome. Like, this is great. So I was like obsessed with Blink-182, Green Day, stuff like that. And me and that friend and another friend had sort of a punk ska band when we were in middle school. But we also started getting into like more metal-y stuff. We were really into early Avenged Sevenfold stuff. So we had like half of our songs were like ska songs, and then we had like a heavy metal song with an Avenged Sevenfold guitar solo in it. So
Nice.
that was pretty interesting.
Why are we playing in that band?
I'm surprised it didn't blow up, honestly. But after that, when I got into high school, I started getting into more of the like metalcore, like screamo stuff that was big in those days, and I played in a metalcore band for a couple years. That was a good time. I still enjoy that kind of music, just kind of nostalgically. And from there, I kind of got into, like Patrick said, the more like instrumental, proggy, like stuff that you listen to and you're just like, holy crap, how is that even possible? So that's a lot of what I listen to now.
Right on. So, some of my notes here. I guess, Kurt, you used to be in a band called Men Against Fire?
Yes. Yeah, that's the band that was around here. We always jokingly called it a band if Duran Duran sounded like a hard rock band. I play guitar in there, sort of.
Interesting.
A hard rock Duran Duran. Wow. You know, it's funny. You know, I'm running a metal show. I'm a fan of Duran Duran. So.
Did you see him at the Space Center?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen them live yet. I've always wanted to secretly, but now my secret's out there.
But yeah, no, that's a band that we're all still friends, and we joke about possibly playing again, but who knows?
Yeah. So has anybody else been in any previous bands? We just talked to John. John, you were telling us about your background and stuff. Patrick, Josh.
This is actually my first legitimate band. I always wanted to be in a band, but for some reason I just never did. In high school I did like concert band stuff. I played a French horn and mellophone, really nerdy stuff. And I also did drumline, but I always wanted to be in like a rock metal band, and I finally did it because I'm a grown up and I can make my own decisions. I'm not in high school anymore.
All right.
So I have played in a few bands. I can't even remember the names of like most of them because they were like, I think there was like an Ozzy Osbourne cover band when I was like freaking 14 or something like that. And then right before I came here, I was in some band called In Confidence, which was like a metalcore, just like really screamo, with like breakdowns and stuff like that. But we never got anything done, and I moved across the country. So
Incontinence.
Incontinence, yeah, that's
Not to be mistaken.
basically how our productivity was. But yeah, no, that was the last band I played in. And I think after that sort of thing, I mean, great guys, God bless them. But I just didn't, I wanted to do something like less serious where I had like more freedom to do like different stuff. And also I wanted to go to Florida. So the combination of those things is, what you see today.
So what made you want to move to Florida, man?
Real
So
tough.
I have it's beautiful weather. A lot of my family is on this side of Florida, and I thought, I might as well just like just go back to college. And I thought being like around my family and going back to college because I dropped out because I said, screw it, this is pointless. But then I couldn't find any good work, so thus college. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to be around a lot more of my my family and stuff like that, and I was kind of getting tired of the snow, wanted a change of scenery, and yeah, I kind of like it. I think I might be stuck here for a while, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah, welcome to hurricane season.
It's awesome. Yeah, these intense hurricanes like
Yes,
Isaiah's.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to say what. That wasn't even a hurricane. It was like a tropical like thunder.
Yeah, that was a.
Yeah, I
It
think
was like a rainstorm. Going back.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I had a bad experience. No, that was a hurricane.
Yeah, I think the subsequent thunderstorm the following day after the hurricane, I think that one was a lot worse.
Agreed.
Craziness.
All right, so before we came on the show, we were all kind of joking around, and we were saying something to the effect of, we were worried about whether or not Kurt was going to drop some movie references. I haven't heard any movie references.
That's because I've been very attentive to not do it.
Oh, come on, man.
I got these for days. Come on, Brad. You know we can do this.
Yeah, we still have 15 minutes, man. We need to fill something up. I can't talk about all the shows that you guys have done and where you've been. So
Yes, we haven't.
I actually have a question. I do have a question before you get to the movie references.
Let's
Now,
do this.
you guys actually talked about how you have all your influences as far as like what got you where you're at. How many of you can actually raise your hand and say you've actually got to see at least one of, let's say, one of those 3 bands live in concert?
Seen Dio.
Oh, that would definitely be great. I mean,
Yeah, I saw Jimi Hendrix.
I've been to
1967. Okay.
I actually been to Woodstock, but that wasn't like like the '60s. That was like about 20 years ago.
Oh, you're talking about the Limp Bizkit Woodstock?
Nine Inch Nails Woodstock.
Yes.
The good one? No, I'm kidding. Please cut that.
Too late.
No,
It's
this
live.
is live.
No. Now, as far as like local shows, have you guys actually had any chance to attend any prior to the COVID?
Yeah.
As far as like just attend?
Yeah. Typically, I would try to go out to shows when I can, depending on however life was. But
yeah,
especially if it's like a band's like first night, I always try to make it out there for that.
As far as local bands, you guys actually been trying to get out to go like support other local bands too, like we usually do as well. It's kind of part of the scene out here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you should.
Yeah, we saw Casket Culture a couple months ago, didn't we?
Yeah,
or Iron Post.
Iron Oak.
Close enough.
Yeah, I would say like a quick shout out. I think one of my favorite local bands is called Beneath the Bell.
Yeah.
And that guy shot some of our music videos, but like they just basically sound like a really heavy, ethereal My Bloody Valentine, and it's awesome.
So sick. So good.
Which is different than Bullet for My Valentine. If there's one wish I had in my life, is that people would know the difference between the two. But
Same thing. Identical. No, I think Kurt's definitely been the whole reason that I go to local shows, and I actually, found out that there's good music, because I used to just not. I don't know if any local people hear this, it's gonna sound shitty, but I never went to local shows. That was just like, not because I had anything against it.
You just didn't know where to go.
I was in that, definitely.
It was kind of like how I started too. I didn't know anything about local music until I got involved, and it's just like once you go to a local show, next thing you know, you're going to local events, and it turns out to be an actual metal festival for the whole day.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be, I think, birthday 10 or 7, I don't remember. And I just it just kind of branched from there. You end up meeting people, and that's kind of how it all spirals out of control almost. Is like you start running into other people who have the same influences or in other bands, and you're actually working with these other guys and other bands. You end up doing shows together, and it just branches out. We're just one big happy, I would say stepchild kind of like family.
Yeah.
And we were always here to support each other too. So that's the best part.
It's good stuff for sure. Kurt took me to see Beneath the Bell. I think was the first show that I'd seen locally, and then I think Atlas was after that.
Oh yeah.
Who are some good dudes for sure.
We love Atlas. They're great music.
Yeah, Atlas has been on the show with us. Great guys. Love them. They opened up for, they were getting ready to open up for the Noctambulant over at the Haven before all this COVID stuff happened. So, great dudes. Love those guys to death. Another thing, too, now that you guys have been on the show, you guys' stuff, like I said, is going to be on the website. You guys are going to be part of the family. So you can also go to, the Florida Metal Radio website. You can see upcoming shows. You can check out different bands, see who you might want to check out. And for the most part, whenever all this stuff lets up, it'll be pretty much the hub of where everybody can go to, for the whole scene.
I'm stoked for that.
So, I mean, it just like whenever you guys, put your calendar up and stuff, whenever everything lets go, I'll definitely make sure that you guys' shows are featured up there as well.
Awesome, man. Super appreciate that.
Yeah, I think it's cool to have like a central hub just for all this kind of stuff that's going on, or at least if shows actually start to be a thing again, which is hopefully very soon, that would be pretty sick to just kind of network with people and just kind of see, like one little hub.
Exactly.
Stuff.
Promotion is key in this industry, and I've kind of mastered it a little bit.
That's good.
I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole foreign subject to me, is just marketing, because I'm clearly socially inept. But
And that's the best, and that's why you have people like me and Brad. We basically can help you develop the actual idea of what you're going to do, and then actually manufacture the actual item and send it out. So it's going to be a real simple thing. So if you're going to do a show, it's like, hey, you need somebody to be an artist to put a flyer together. And then when it comes to actually marketing the flyer and getting sponsors for shows, and I don't have any experience. If you could see my wall right now, you'd be like, holy crap, all right, man,
Yeah.
Yeah, go. You can also check out the Chris Mars Productions LLC page for my background as well. Feel free.
Yeah.
I shall.
All right.
That's part of your marketing right there.
Exactly.
Perfect example.
Well,
That's
with Chris and I mean, basically we came together 25 years ago, man.
Probably before half these guys were born.
Probably.
all right.
You know,
Me?
Just one.
Just one.
So I was the lead singer in a garage band. We called ourselves, oh god, a whole mess of names before we finally.
This was back in '98.
Yeah. So I was the lead singer. Got together a bunch of guys. Everything kind of fell apart, came back together, but ultimately Chris was the manager of the remnants of what I started. So,
Yeah.
But
And I just took it off from there. Like I projected into pretty much a manager, promoter. Basically, I'll go out to the venues, talk with the actual venue owners or whoever, book the show, get the all the artwork done, and then it just kind of got to the point where I was doing festivals before it all ended, like 5 years, not even 5 years ago. It was
Right.
the last. I did a couple of Mayfests over at the county line saloon in Melbourne with the guys in Murderfly, and
I forgot about that.
that was me and Murderfly. I spent probably 6 months putting each one of those shows together, getting sponsors, tickets, promo, video packages, the whole 9 yards, and
investors.
Investors. And you probably get anywhere between 800 to 1,000 people in that place, and it packed out at 1,200 easily.
Yeah.
So we had, I think the last big one was Sarah Lee Lucas from Marilyn Manson out there with Murderfly doing their See the Release party, and there was at least 1,100 people there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think we had a line around the corner to get into Denny's next door at 3 o'clock in the morning still, but
Right. So, like I said, whenever you guys are ready to do shows and everything, feel free to reach out. Like I said, you're part of the family now. You guys trying to, book shows or whatever, just let us know. We'll use our resources the best that we can to make sure that you guys are booked on enough shows to where people can start actually, they can see you guys and you guys can really grow, because we want the best for you guys. But
Here's a question.
yeah.
At this point, we'll take anything, honestly.
Do you have merch?
Do I have merch?
Yeah.
Yep. At FloridaMetalRadio.com.
it kind of looks like this.
Yep.
All right.
And
Kind of looks like this.
All right. Well, we'll have to get some of that and then, do the.
Yeah, stickers, T-shirts, face masks. I think you got. Do you have beanies too?
stickers.
Yeah, stickers.
I just ordered hats and baseball tees. So.
Oh shit! I love baseball tees.
Oh yeah. We got the face masks.
Nice, man.
Yeah. So we got a little bit. But as a matter of fact, I just Anthony, just want to let you know, man, your poster is on the way. So your poster is on the way. I've been promising him a poster for his show for a long time because we've been promising each other we're going to cross promote one another. Heavy Metal Networks, Anthony Farr. Watch it. So, but anyways, yeah. Anything that you guys need, like I said, we're family here.
Awesome, man.
So do you guys have any questions from us, or?
How long has Florida Metal Radio been like a thing?
Oh. Good one.
Because I haven't. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of.
Brad, back to you.
Back to me. Well, it's fun. Well,
Pretty cool.
It's kind of a long drawn out story, but last year
It started in January as a created idea too, as well.
Damn.
well, actually, it started in June of 2019.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah, my mom passed away, so I found a void in my life that I needed to fill. So I started a podcast called 321 Screw, which is a wrestling podcast. So it was Space Coast Real Elite Wrestling.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. So it was
How many of you guys watch wrestling?
none of
I
you.
used to.
I
A
don't.
lot.
I don't.
We
I
used
don't
to.
like
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back into
Okay.
it.
All right.
We have a monthly get together.
Yeah, we do.
I might have to get into it.
Just
Good
like,
stuff.
yeah, man. We're gonna be doing SummerSlam over at Chris's house, and then the following one is gonna be at my house. So,
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make that, man. Sorry.
no,
TFTI.
right? But no, the 321 Screw pretty much got defunct. So I was trying to grow it as much as I grow, anything that I touch. So the Florida Metal Radio is.
Would you like to say that again one more time?
No. I believe in you, brother. I believe in you, brother. But so Florida Metal Radio is basically born in January of this year from a defunct 321 Screw. So
We were all hanging out together in New Orleans, and we kind of started progressing the idea more and more.
right.
Took some pictures. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I had a bucket list of places we'd never been. At least I've never been, and New Orleans was on it. So we all a couple friends just got a van down by the river and went to New Orleans.
Did you take the ghost tours?
No,
Well, no.
but we did definitely hit Bourbon Street a lot.
We had a guy who we needed to put a bell and a life jacket on, basically, as he had one shot and was just literally gone.
He needed a lit color, and a tracking device because he just kept wandering off. And you
He would
don't
turn
do
left
that.
at Albuquerque, and you're like, you can't go there.
All right,
But,
guys.
yeah, we've been kind of like doing this little life stuff for probably 2-3 months easily.
Yeah, definitely. Basically, my first, I call it season, but first couple of months of Florida Metal Radio, it was a learning process. I didn't have as many video conferencing and calls and stuff. Most of my stuff was telephone over the air, and there's a lot of equipment upgrades and stuff like that, and I can finally have stuff like this where I have audio and video capabilities. So, but yeah, it's continuing to grow from there. I told you about, Florida Metal Radio Fest, November of 2021 possibility. Very good
It's gonna
possibility.
be sick. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so, man. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be. This stuff just needs to end pretty soon.
It really does.
Let's just
November
take a
4th.
lot of vitamin C. Lots of zinc.
That's what Anthony was saying too. Anthony was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, virus will be over after the elections, so we'll be fine."
Can't talk about that.
Nope.
Ooh.
Nope. Taboo. We're not talking about it on the show.
It's like Fight Club, man.
Exactly. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show now. 9:55. You guys have been great guests. Love all of you guys' stuff. Anybody else watching, I definitely urge you to go and check out Blitzkrieg season. Check out all their stuff. Listen to them. Get into them. You guys, they're awesome. You're gonna not regret, listening to their sound. Guys, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
This is awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. So, as the immortal Ricky Rackman once said, keep one foot in the gutter, one fist in the air, keep it real, keep it metal. Fuck yeah!
Fuck
Just the
yeah.
facts, man. Just the facts.